Now we go to investigation of desire and attachment. And I thought to give it, Tim, the first two words, raga and rakta. Raga and rakta. Say raga, rakta. Raga, rakta. So you can learn some Sanskrit, okay? I think that's good to learn 3 words every day. We should try that in the mixed nuts, Seriously. Then it doesn't exceed your capacity. Just 3 words every day. My Lama taught me to learn 3 new words every day. And then in 1 year, you're pretty good. You're pretty good at it, okay? I tried it with Chinese, but I gave up. Okay, so here we go. These are words I'd like you to learn, okay? Oh, that's confused. I saw the time is 10:30, but we're going to 11:30. Yeah, okay, good. Say raga. Okay, meaning is desire, okay, raga. And it became the Hindi word for sitar song. Sitar song is called raga, okay. He's playing a raga. But the old meaning in the Nagarjuna is desire, okay. Like you are addicted to alcohol, okay? You want the alcohol, okay? That's called raga, okay? The root is raj or ranj, and it means to color something. Like in the old days, when you make the new nun, they're supposed to go to the garbage can and find any cloth. And then they're supposed to sew it together to make robes. And then they have to do ranj. They have to make it a red color or orange color, okay? So that's called coloring, okay? And the cognates are orange, which means to give a color, and rage, which refers to the red face of a person who, okay, all right, got it? So when this chapter, the chapter 6, it says we're going to investigate raga, it means desire. Okay, let's say desire for yo chow churro, which I still have, because the churro didn't make it to the fire offering. I can't believe you have all the offerings, but you don't have churro. Just kidding. Don't get mad. Next time. Okay. Then say rakta. Okay, and rakta means attachment, but it also means blood. Okay, in Sanskrit, because it's a red color. Okay, it's the red. It's called the red thing. Okay, now why are we talking about these 2 Sanskrit words? The name of this chapter, famous chapter 6 in the Nagarjuna, is Raga and Rakta. Raga and Rakta. And what's the other word in the name of the chapter? For $10, cheap chapter. Raga, Rakta, Pariksha. Okay, everybody get $10. Next lifetime. Maybe. Okay, so say raga, rakta, pariksha. Okay, we're going to investigate raga and rakta. Now the name of the chapter is confusing because raga means desire and rakta means attachment. Okay, usually raga means desire and rakta means attachment. Okay, so let's say first time you drink alcohol, you have raga, you see? You desire the alcohol, okay? And then you desire again, and then you desire again, and then you desire again, and the raga becomes rakta, okay? So you can say desire and attachment, okay? Or addiction almost, okay? So first you have raga, then rakta, become rakta, and you become attached. Or I don't know, you buy a new car, you have raga for a Tesla. Stanley has a Tesla raga. No, Geshe, not Tesla, Model X. Right? You raga, and then, you buy one, and you get rakta to it, and then somebody scratch it, and you're like, then that show you have rakta. Your raga became rakta because you get angry if someone hurt your new Tesla, okay? So usually raga means first desire, and then it grows, and then you have rakta. Oh, I must have this thing. If someone hurt my thing, I will get angry, okay? Now I have rakta, okay? Usually it means that, okay? And if you try to study this chapter like that, you will fail. It doesn't mean that here, okay? So what does it mean in this chapter? And I made you a note. It's the person. It's the raga It's called rakta in this chapter, okay? If you don't know that, and many people try to understand this chapter without it, he doesn't tell you. Nagarjuna doesn't tell you. Chonin Lama tells you. Chonin Lama is the amazing author of this book, okay? And then this we will translate this book now. We are translating it now. It will be about the same size, okay? It's the mother book of this book, or this is the mother book of that book. So Chonin Lama says, don't worry, listen. In this case, rakta means the person who has the raga, okay? The person who has the raga, okay? And the other guy's gonna come and he still wants to talk about, look, some things are natural. Some things are natural. The chemicals in your body have a natural connection to your bones and your skin. Okay? The chemicals in your body have a natural connection to your bones and your skin. That's why, Geshe, you cannot eat churro day after day after day. Because the elements will create different bone and more. You see what I mean? That's the result of the churro is the elements, and then the tummy is the result of the elements. Then you have trouble in the yoga to do the uttanasana, right? There's something obstacle when you touch your toes, right? Okay, so there's a natural connection between what you eat and what comes on your tummy, okay? That nobody made this connection, it's a natural connection, okay? What was the other connection? I should offer money, but I had a big expense this morning. What's the other connection we talked about? We had 3, right? Yeah, your eye and your eye must be touching the cup somehow. Okay? If you see the coffee, there must be some connection between your eye and the coffee. Must be. Maybe it's particles, maybe it's waves. We don't know. Okay? Scientists still don't know. Something's going between. Okay? There is some natural connection between my eye and that. What was the last one? More difficult. Nah. Well, close. Yeah. Definition and thing. Yeah, good. That's okay. You can say fire. Okay. Nobody made fire hot. Okay. Nobody made fire burning. It's natural connection. If you put a lot of logs and you light it and you go Om Svala Svala Vala, right? It will be hot and burning, okay? That's fire, okay? Nobody connected the hot to the fire. It's natural, okay? Got it? So we're talking about natural things, all right? Now, the other guy, every time he comes in the beginning of the chapter and says something wrong, he's mostly talking about, look, there's a natural connection. There's a natural connection, okay? It's by nature. Now, listen. In this chapter, 2 important natural connections, okay? 2 important natural connections, okay? And they're both very deep, okay? They're both very deep. First one, when you have an emotion in your heart, okay? When you have emotion in your heart, like, I want a churro. Okay, yojiao. Okay? Then there has to be a connection between that feeling and your mind. Natural connection. Okay, got it? You can't want a churro if you don't have a brain. Okay? Wanting churro is connected to the brain. Okay? And by the way, Choni Lama says, very important here, okay, ready? You still with me? Okay, you're awful quiet. Maybe you're just thinking about churros. Okay. There's a natural connection between the person and desire. Everybody has desire, okay? People are like the table, and desire is like the coffee cup, okay? The coffee cup sit on the table, okay? This is the mind of the person. This is the rakta. And this is the raga. The rakta has the raga. The desire person has desire thought in their mind, okay? So, and Choni Lama says if you want to go deeper, which Chinese people like to do, okay? Americans are like, I say, you want to go deeper? They're like, yeah, okay. You know, and if you're in China, you say you want to go deeper, everybody's like, ah! That's why I go to China a lot. If you want to go deeper, Choni Lama says there's 2 tables. There's 2 kinds of tables, okay? The person, the desirer, okay, is either the mind, my mind has desire, right? My mind is like the table, and the desire is like the cup, okay? Or you can say the rakta, the desirer, is Michael, okay? You can say Michael wants churro, or you can say Michael's mind wants a churro, okay? So when you say rakta in this chapter, desirer, it can be either the person or the mind. Good, okay? Person or the mind. So the table in this chapter, the person who has the desire, you can say, oh, Michael's mind has the desire. Or you can say, Michael has the desire, okay? And the desire is like the cup, okay? This is called what in Sanskrit? Raga. And this is called rakta. Oh, sorry, table is called rakta. I was just thinking about it. Mm-hmm. Then this other guy, he's very sophisticated. He says, desire and the human mind are connected like fire and hot. Desire and the human mind are connected in a natural way, as Tina said correctly, like fire and hot, okay? They are connected. Can you divide hot from fire? Not really, because that's a definition, right? That's a lakshana. The natural sign of fire is hot. If you took away the hot, what would happen to the fire? I don't know. Then if you sit next to the fire, you need to get a coat, right? Because it would be cold. That kind of happened last night. we were all sitting next to the fire. Somebody told me, I got the vows, but I lost my toes. Yes, that's very interesting. That guy is very sophisticated, that other guy, right? He's not stupid. He's not stupid. He's saying, look, Nagarjuna, if everything come from me, if the heart of the fire come from me, then the heart is not connected to the fire naturally, Then it's coming from my seeds, okay? If the husband is angry in the kitchen, come from me, then there's no connection between the husband and the anger. He's not angry, I'm angry. Something wrong. The other guy doesn't like it. He says, if the husband's coming from me, then the heart of the fire also coming from me. Then the fire doesn't need hot. Then there can be fire without hot. Because first there's a fire and then I make it hot. You see what I mean? Then he says, let's go deeper, Nagarjuna. Okay, let's go deeper. Now, the Abhidharma guys, they are kind of tired of fighting. They're not very strong accountant, And kind of getting one of these mind-only yoga teacher guys with the big muscle. And they're like, hey, let's go deeper into this, Forget the fire and the hot and all that stuff. Desire is a natural part of the human being, okay? You cannot have a human being without desire, okay? You take out the hot, you lose the fire. You take out the desire, there's no brain left, especially for man. Right? You take out the desire. You cut that out of the brain, then there's no brain left. Okay. Food and sex, the only thing that man think about, boy, then you cut all the brain. Okay. Okay, you cannot remove this thing from a human mind. Not possible. There's a natural connection. Okay, got it? That's the first kind of natural connection. Okay? Then he says, and there's another kind of natural connection between desire and the person who has the desire, which is that you can't have desire unless there's something to desire. Okay? You cannot have alcoholism without alcohol. Okay, all right. Got it? So not just talking about the desire and the mind, but talking about the desire and what you desire. Okay? There's a natural connection. They must be there at the same time. They must go together. You cannot have fire without hot. You cannot have alcoholic person without alcohol in the world. It's not possible, okay? So there are two natural connections here, okay? Number one, human mind has desire. If you take out the desire, there's no human mind. They are connected, okay? They must be connected. Why? Listen, you ready? Here's the whole chapter. We could quit an hour early, but I'm not going to. Let me think about how to say it. When you say, I feel like drinking wine, okay? I feel like drinking wine, right? There's I, and there's the feeling, right? I feel like drinking wine, right? I feel like drinking wine, okay? So there must be an I, Michael, and there has to be a feeling. Michael is the table, and feel like drinking wine is the cup. And the feel like drinking wine has to go someplace. Can you have a feel like drinking wine without a person? No, you cannot. Or a brain. There must be. Okay, got it? If you have a cup, you got to put it on the table. There must be a table, okay? You cannot divide them, okay? So we have to talk about it. Now, so there's two kinds of natural connection we're going to talk about. Number one, can you have desire without a brain? Or without a person? No, cannot have. Can you have desire without alcohol? Can you have desire for alcohol without alcohol? So there's two natural connections we're talking about. Okay, ready? Now, for $100, everybody woke up. I don't know We should have another chapter 28. $100. The hun of $100. When does it first touch the ear? We have to pariksha. How come everybody wake up when I say $100? What's a hun? Is it the hun or the du or the du or the da or the lurs? And what part wake up the student mind? $100? What's the question? I forgot the question. Yeah, I really did. $200 if you can give me the question. Come on, I was talking about connection before. Even I remember. What? Yeah, that's where we were. Huh? We already did that. Man, you guys are desperate for this money. Let's go back to the text. Maybe we'll get it, okay? Maybe we'll get it in the text, okay? Huh? Peter? Okay, it's $100, not euros, okay? I told you yesterday. What? Okay.
You said before that the cup requires a table. You have to have a person to have desire. Mm-hmm. But the question is, does that necessarily lead to that the table must have a cup?
We could go there, but that's not it.
Okay.
I don't remember. It was a great question. It was $100 question. Let's just go, okay? Let's just go. And we have to take a break anyway pretty soon. Because it's almost break time. Okay. Maybe I'll think of it during the break. All right. This chapter structure. Oh, well, let's go here, okay? Let's go here. Which exists first, the table? Which is purva? The table or the glass? Which comes first, the table or the glass? Neither one? So they exist at the same time? I was thinking it would be nice if when the wife came in the kitchen, there's a bottle of wine in the husband's hand. Okay, understand? Because then, DCI, one of the qualities of DCI is it changes every month, right? It grows every month. We have new ideas. We all think of new ideas. It grows, I met somebody recently who came to my classes 10 years ago. And we had a conversation, and they're talking. I don't understand anything they said. They're like generation stage. I'm like, what? And I had to think, I used that 10 years ago. Yeah, I remember. But they didn't take a class in 10 years, Then it's like I'm talking to a foreigner. It's like I'm trying to talk to Chinese in Chinese, And so things move, things go on, things develop, okay? Which means, let's put a bottle of wine in the husband's hand in the kitchen, okay? Then we can have both sides of the human mind, desire and hatred, right? I'm angry. Maybe you could leave and go get a pizza, but leave the wine, okay? Okay? You tell your husband. Your husband say, you're stupid. And you can say, okay, since you're not getting dinner from me, why don't you go get yourself a pizza? But leave the wine. He has a wine in his hand, right? So you tell the husband. Then you can have the real Buddhist middle of the wheel of life. Right? The snake is the anger. The pig is the don't understand where your husbands come from. And what's the wine? The pigeon. Yeah. Then you have a complete wheel of life in the kitchen. I think we have to think about it, okay? So let's forget the husband for a minute, and you are focusing on the wine. Like, how can I get the husband out of the kitchen, but the wine stay in the kitchen? You know? And, okay? So you come in and you want the wine, okay? So we got to talk about that. And after the break. Just before the break, he gives a summary. Tony Lama gives a summary of the next 3 chapters, okay? So we finished the 3 accounting chapters, 3, 4, and 5. First one, 3, is about the sense powers and what they see or what they hear. We finished that one. The second one was about the parts of a person, specifically the first part of a person, and specifically the elements and the products of the elements, which is a very Abhidharma subject, right? We finished that. Then we went to the third one, which is the elements. By the way, if you know Sanskrit, and if you know Tibetan, it's the Kam Pariksha, Rapta Chepa. We are examining Kam. So especially in the accounting school, Kam means the 18 parts of the world. But he switched it. Nagarjuna switched to the other Kam, which is the 5 elements, okay, including space. And he went to space. Those are 3 things that the other guy says are natural. He says those. Now, Choni Lama is struggling to find a flow in Nagarjuna's book. Nagarjuna looks like he's just throwing out subjects, 27 unconnected subjects, okay? Then Choni Lama says, why he changed to desire? Why suddenly he changed to desire, okay? Why did he switch to desire, okay? And he answers his own question, as usual. And he said, chapter 6, 7, and 8, the accountants left the room, and now somebody more sophisticated is going to bring proofs for natural connection. Proofs for natural connections. The accountants just say, look, there's a connection between fire and hot. There's a natural connection between fire and hot. Nobody made it. It's not coming from you. Okay? Now, 3 more guys come and say, look, we have a proof. We have proof for natural connection. We're not like those 3 accountants. We're better. We have proof for you. We have proof why fire has to have hot. And we have proof why your skin has to have vitamins, okay? And we have proof why your eyeball you have to have an eyeball to see the green, okay? Green. Okay, now, the next 3 guys, we have proof. Chapter 6, 7, and 8. That's what we're supposed to finish by tomorrow. Om Mani Padme Inshallah. Okay, first one, chapter 6. Is there a natural connection between the mind and our negative emotions? Is there a natural connection between the mind and the negative emotions? Can you cut negative emotions out of the human mind? And there's anything left, okay? Well, we're talking about women now, right? Because for men, it's nothing left. You cut out desire and anger and there's no brain left. So mainly we are focusing on women, okay? Temba kuni nyomombo yopa gak. Okay, we're gonna fight with the guy who say there's a natural connection between the mind and desire, okay? Between the mind. That's chapter 6, okay? Chapter 7. This is difficult. We already talked that all things start, all things stay, and all things die. Okay? We talked about that already. But chapter 7 discuss, does starting have its own starting? And does starting have its own staying? And does starting have its own ending? Okay? And there's a special Abhidharma idea. I think we talked about it. If a thing starts, there should be something to start it. Okay? If a thing has starting, there should be something that starts the starting. It's not so crazy, right? I don't know. It's like Abhidharma, Wheel of Life, right? If the karma ripens, right? There must be something that causes it to ripen, right? If the karma starts to open, there must be some trigger that causes the karma to start to open. Okay, got it? So Abhidharma says every beginning has its own beginning, and every beginning has its own staying, and every beginning has its own stopping when the staying starts. Okay? Got it? That's Abhidharma. That's chapter 7. Okay. Now chapter 8. And then we'll take a break. Okay? Now this is more difficult. When Geshe drinks the green drink, okay? By the way, if Geshe drink the green drink, he doesn't have to do yoga today. You understand? Who's teaching yoga today? Uta. Oh, yeah. If you drink a green drink, you don't have to do yoga. Last one. So Geshe is drinking the green drink, okay? So he won't have to do yoga. There must be a connection. Was there a green drinking? Yeah. So there must have been a green drinker. Okay, that's all. Is there a natural connection between karma and the person? Okay. Is there a connection? Can you have karma without a person? And can you have a person without karma? Okay, all right? Are those natural? All right? So we're going to take a break, but only if you can answer a question. Okay, $50 question. We're going to take a break. If you cannot answer it, I'm going to keep going. All right? What's the 2 kinds of natural connection he wants to talk about in the 6th chapter, in this chapter? I'll give you a clue. Can you have desire without a mind? And can you have alcoholism without alcohol? $50. And you people who have to pee-pee, you have to thank her. Okay, take a break. All right. We have to check these 2 connections. All right, just a little bit more Nagarjuna, okay? Did Geshe remember his question? No. I'm sorry. I got excited. Okay. I'm going to read you the text because it gets very difficult, and let's go slow, okay? Okay, this is a very famous question. Somebody said, if someone has desire, if someone wants something, then that person is really there. Okay? If there's desire, if some mind wants alcohol, there must be a person there. Okay? Right? If there's alcohol wanted by some, if there's alcohol want, there must be a person who has the alcohol want. Okay? Right? You can't say, look, alcoholic, no person. Okay? If there's an addiction to alcohol, it proves there's a person there. Okay? You can't have addiction to alcohol unless it's a dog, I don't know. Okay? But if you say, in that room there's addiction to alcohol, there must be some person in that room, okay? That's all. There's a natural connection between addiction and the person who has addiction. You cannot have addiction without a person, right? You can't say, in the men's toilet right now, there's addiction to alcohol, but there's nobody there. You can't say that, okay? It's natural. If there's addiction, there has to be a person, okay? That's all. He said. Then we say, there is no person who has an addiction naturally. There is no person, there's no connection, natural connection between the person and the addiction, okay? There's no natural connection. They say there is, okay? If there's addiction, there must be a person. If there's a person with addiction, then that addiction, they have it by nature. The connection is by nature, okay? There's a nature of connection between person who has addiction and addiction. There must be connected. If the cup is sitting on the table, there must be some connection, okay? It's not sitting in Siberia, okay, next to Baikal, okay? Lake Baikal? Ozur? Baikal. Yeah, impossible. It's here. There's a connection here. This alcoholism, this is the mind. They're connected, okay? All right? He said, here's Nagarjuna's answer, okay? And we're not going to decide it this morning, okay? But let's start, okay? We're just starting. Kelte, ducha kingarona ducha mepe chapaposhi yuna. Okay, so what you're saying is that first there's a person, and then later they get an addiction, right? Right? I mean, they don't come out of their mom with addiction, I mean, usually, right? Teenager, they drink a beer, they steal some alcohol from their mother's house, then slowly they get addiction. So can we say that first there's a person, and then later they get a bad habit, alcohol, right? In their mind, right? No? Can we say that? Yeah, okay, he wants to say that, okay? Kelte ducha kingarona ducha mepe chapaposhi yuna. Okay, so if you say there was a guy, he was younger, he didn't have addiction, and then later he got addiction, right? Okay, yuna. De la tene chi ducha yopar gyurkupe. And then you're saying that that person got the alcoholism later, right? His alcoholism came later, right? Ducha yopar gyurkupe. From where? Wait, don't forget, this guy doesn't accept seeds. This guy doesn't, okay? He didn't have alcoholism, and then later he got alcoholism, right? Can we say? So did the alcoholic start first or the alcoholism start first? Did the non-alcoholic got alcoholism, right? And then he became alcoholic, right? So first, there's a guy with no alcoholism, right? Then he got alcoholism. Then in the next minute, he became alcoholic. Can we say that? So you can have alcohol. No, I mean, come on. First, there's a guy with no alcoholism, right? Then he got alcoholism. Alcoholism come to his mind, into his mind, right? And in the next moment, we can call him alcoholic, right? Therefore, you can have alcoholism and not be alcoholic, right? In the first minute. Okay, I'll say it again. Young. Not alcoholic, not alcoholic, not alcoholic, not alcoholic, not alcoholic. Alcoholism start. If the person get alcoholism, in the next minute, we can call them, you are alcoholic, right? Okay, so but in the first minute that alcoholism on his mind, he's not alcoholic, right? So you can be alcoholic without alcoholism, and you can not be alcoholic and have alcoholism, right? Then what will Nagarjuna say? Show me. Show me. He says, something's weird. Something's wrong here. Let's say it again. No alcoholic, no alcoholic, no alcoholic, no alcoholic, no alcoholic. Alcoholism come in the mind, but he's not alcoholic yet because you cannot call him alcoholic because he didn't have alcoholism yet. Then after the alcoholism come, in the next hour or the next day or the next week, you say he's alcoholic, right? Got it? But in the first moment that the alcoholism is in the brain, there's no alcoholic, right? So there's alcoholism without alcoholic, right? And there's alcoholic without alcoholism. Okay, Nagarjuna want you to think, how is that possible? Okay, how is that possible? Okay, got it? It's not possible. It's strange. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. I'll say it again. Many years he was not alcoholic. Then, first moment, start alcoholism in his mind. But at that moment, you cannot call him alcoholic yet because he doesn't have it yet. Then he get it. He start to drink. Then all his family say, oh, he became alcoholic, right? That happens later, right? So you can have alcoholism without an alcoholic. I just explained why you can have alcoholism. Then the family calls you alcoholic, right? Later. It starts to grow in your mind, but you're not alcoholic yet. And then you get it, alcoholism. And then the next day or the next week, people say, you are alcoholic, okay? But if it's like the table and the cup, then you can have alcoholic with no alcoholism, or you can have alcoholism without an alcoholic, and the cup will sit in the air, right? Okay, they have to support each other, but they don't. Something's wrong, okay? Something's wrong. But the good news is, oh, by the way, yeah, he was alcoholic, but we didn't see the alcoholism till later. Okay, they say that in psychology. Oh, my parents are both alcoholic. Then my friends are nervous. They say, "Are you nervous, Geshe? Why? You have alcoholic genes?" They say it's genetic, right? They say, "Be careful, Geshe. Don't drink alcohol." Because your father had it, your mother had it, so maybe you will get it easily, okay? So in that case, we can say that at first I didn't have alcoholism, but I had like a seed for alcoholism, psychological seed for alcoholism, genetic seed for alcoholism. And then later in my life, I smell alcohol, I see people drinking alcohol, then I start to drink alcohol later in my life, okay? But actually, I'm an alcoholic before the alcohol. Because of my genes, because of my mother and father, right? I'm almost alcoholic. We can say almost alcoholic, okay? I have genetic predisposition for alcohol, okay? So I carry it, but nobody can see it. And then suddenly it shows. You know, Geshe is getting drunk during the class. It's not really green drink he's drinking. So can we say it's possible for a person to have a seed of alcoholism in their mind, and it doesn't show for a while, and then it comes out, right? So there's the person have the seed for alcohol, and then later it comes out, right? We can say desire. We can call alcoholism definition is desire for alcohol, right? We can say, okay? So that person looks like they don't have desire, but actually they have a seed deep inside. And then many years go by, they don't have friends who drink alcohol. Then they get some friends who drink alcohol, and then they start to drink alcohol. But for many years, they're actually inner alcoholic. Okay, got it? Correct? Sounds okay. Then the Nagarjuna says, say, rimbatsum. $100. Rimbatsum. Dachomba rimbatsum. Give me it right or don't give me at all. And I didn't forget the question. Rimbatsum. Did I say $100? Yeah. I didn't say 50. Rimbatsum. Dachomba. I want it. Come on. Tsung like tsungdenga. Come on. Rigba go tsung.
Yeah.
I gave you yesterday.
Yeah.
But that was a long time ago.
The connections to being an arhat?
No. If you give me the answer, they can go home. They can have lunch or yoga.
Well, parallel reasoning has been...
Nah, I'm just explaining tsung to you.
Connection.
Equal.
Yeah, equal.
Rimba tsung. Dachomba. Come on. Yeah. Rimba tsung.
Rimba is steps.
I'll forget it. It's too expensive. Yeah, rimba means steps, okay? Yeah. Then Nagarjuna says, then arhat is the same.
Right, it's the same as being an arhat.
What's an arhat?
No mental affliction.
Reach nirvana. They remove the table or they remove the cup? Yeah, they remove the cup. They remove desire from the mind, right? But he's going to become alcoholic later. Right? So no arhats, right? Not possible. There's a natural connection. The alcoholism and the desire and the mind, right? If it looks like he don't have desire, you cannot trust it because the desire will maybe come up later. Yeah. Or it doesn't need a natural connection. Got it? Okay, you have to cook it, all right? The point is, if a person without alcoholism can get alcoholism, then a person without desire can get desire. Then there's no nirvana. Then there's no nirvana. Then nirvana not possible. If there's a natural connection between people and desire, then there's no nirvana. Because that's like the boy. You cut out the desire and there's no brain left. Because that's a male, right? Not female, okay? Right? Only boys have this problem. Okay, let's stop there and just think about it, okay? The question is fire and heart the same as desire and human mind? Okay. Or can you cut out the desire and the mind is still there? Okay? Or not? Okay. Well, then no nirvana. And we shouldn't be here. We should be drinking. All right, I would like to, we have about a half hour before some friends have to leave. We will cry for you. What? You told me 10 o'clock. You cheat me again. Okay, 9:45. Yeah, okay, 13 minutes to finish Nagarjuna. I can do it. With no stress, I can do it. We finished 3.5 chapters, okay? Don't forget, I owe you 2.5 more chapters, right? Don't worry, I didn't forget. But we did them correctly, and we did them slow. So, you got that, Tim? I'm going to show you the first minute, okay, Tim, of a video, okay? Can you turn on the projector? Do you know how? Cool. Okay, the first chapter that we studied was an pariksha of the indriyas, of the eye and the object, okay? So there's a cute video that I often enjoy, okay? There's a, what's it called? Heisman uncertainty principle? Heisenberg uncertainty principle. It means there's a problem in quantum physics with how we see things. There's a problem how light comes from the sun to the earth, okay? There's a problem. And Stephen Hawking couldn't figure it out, but we figured it out, okay? So here's the problem. You ready? And I'm not going to show the whole thing, but Om Mani Padme Hum. Quantum weirdness. Weird. Nagarjuna weird.
To understand this experiment, we first need to see how particles, or little balls of matter, act. If we randomly shoot a small object, say a marble, at the screen, we see a pattern on the back wall where they went through the slit and hit. Now, if we add a second slit, we would expect to see a second band duplicated to the right. Now, let's look at waves. The waves hit the slit and radiate out, striking the back wall with the most intensity directly in line with the slit. The line of brightness on the back screen shows that intensity. This is similar to the line the marbles make. But when we add the second slit, something different happens. If the top of one wave meets the bottom of another wave, they cancel each other out. So now, there is an interference pattern on the back wall. Places where the two tops meet are the highest intensity, the bright lines, and where they cancel, there is nothing. So, when we throw things, that is, matter, through two slits, we get this. Two bands of hits. And with waves, we get an interference pattern of many bands. Good so far. Now, let's go quantum. An electron is a tiny, tiny bit of matter, like a tiny marble. Let's fire a stream through one slit. It behaves just like a marble, a single band. So, if we shoot these tiny bits through two slits, we should get, like the marbles, two bands. What? An interference pattern. We fired electrons, tiny bits of matter through. And we get a pattern like waves, not like little marbles. How? How could pieces of matter create an interference pattern like a wave? It doesn't make sense.
Okay. This is Nagarjuna, okay? It doesn't make sense, okay? And still, in quantum physics, we still don't know how does the sunlight reach the earth, you know? We will die without the sun. We will have no food. We will have no suntan. And how does it come from the sun? We don't know, okay? How does it come from the sun? This is chapter 3, okay? He's teaching chapter 3. How does it come from the sun? Good, say it louder. For $0.
A seed that comes from my mind opens and it creates me and the sunlight reaching the earth.
Okay, got it? Got it? How did the sun, light, come to this earth? It's seed opening in your mind, okay? How does food grow from the sun? Crops, it's coming from you, okay? So that covers chapter 3. We finished chapter 3. Chapter 4, what was it? Examination of the, say the Sanskrit. No, examination of, pariksha of, skanda, right? Examine the 5 parts of the person, right? So for this we can, what's weird about the elements, right? And the results of the elements, what's weird about them is aspirin, okay? Aspirin, it has a chemical inside, and then when we get a headache, our mom taught it. I remember my mom told me, take aspirin. If you get, I used to get very bad headaches when I'm a kid. And my mom will say, oh, just take aspirin. And then I remember one day nothing happened. I remember which bed, I'm in my brother's bed. I couldn't even go to my room. I couldn't reach my room. And I'm in my brother's bed. She gave me aspirin. Nothing happened. Then I asked mom, I called mom, it didn't work, I still have a headache. She said, oh, take a second one. Then I take a second one, you know. Then 10 minutes later, still same headache, you know. Then I called my mom, Mom, I need other aspirin. Then I remember she picked up the bottle and she said, it said only 2, for kids, only 2. She said, I'm sorry, you cannot have another one. Then I said, but Mom, I still have a headache. She said a very bad thing. She said, sometimes you just have to have a headache. You know? Then I'm like, oh, then we always believe our mom, right? We always be, okay, Mom. She says sometimes the aspirin work, and sometimes the aspirin don't work. Okay, honey, it's like that. Life is like that. She lied to me. Okay, she was a bad plumber. She didn't tell me the truth, okay? She didn't understand Nagarjuna chapter 4, okay? She believed the, what do you call, 2 kinds of atoms in the molecule, in the aspirin. She believed it, okay? There's 2 kinds of atoms in the molecule. She believed it. Aspirin has special atoms. Aspirin has special molecules, okay? She believed it. Okay, understand? So that's a second example. That's chapter 4. We want a real example, Geshe. We want real example. Okay, what was chapter 3? Sunlight. How it reached the earth. What was chapter 4? Aspirin. What's chapter 5? Yeah, space. And the definition of space. Okay, and Lakshana, on the fire stays the hot and burning. Nobody glue it. Nobody took the hot and burning and put it on the fire. It's a Lakshana. It's a sign of that thing. It's a sign of that thing. That's chapter 5. Okay. Then fire is not coming. The hot of fire is not coming. What's a practical use? What's a practical use? Then I remember I gave this teaching in New York just before my 3-year retreat. Then it was very difficult. I taught the 18 ACI courses. Then it was very difficult. I made an announcement. I'm leaving New York. Then everyone was like, ah! You know, I remember I stood up. I said, I'm leaving New York. I have to go, you know. And I'm doing 3-year retreat in Arizona, in the desert, and everyone's wow. And I said, I will give one more teaching at the World Trade Center. We went to the World Trade Center. Were you there? And I gave the teaching at the bottom of the World Trade Center. And I said, the steel in this building has lakshana, right? It's hard. And it can hold up the big building, right? What's holding up the World Trade Center is the steel. And inside, it has lakshana, hard, strong, hard and strong. Right? No. Okay. That hard and I remember I gave this talk, last thing I did in New York. It's not the lakshana, it's not the hard, and and it's not the hard, and it's not the strong, it's in the steel, okay? It's not the hard, and the strong is in the steel, okay? What's keeping up this roof? Is it the walls? Yeah, your karma, your seeds, okay? Your seeds to keep up this roof. It's not the bricks, okay? Forget it. They're not doing it. Don't think like that. If you want to have a roof over your head, we say in English, if you want to have an apartment, if you want to have a place to stay, you must do the 13-step tonglen on other people. You must give them places to stay. And if you don't, that building will fall down. What happened? Yeah, I went into a tree retreat, and I remember there were many military planes. Suddenly, we are in the middle of the desert, then suddenly, many planes practicing. Zing, zing, zing. We are like, we are like out here, and we are, what's going on, we don't know. Then when we came out of retreat, the newspaper came, the big newspaper, Benson, it has 3 pages. And they came to interview us. They said, you are the only people in the world who don't know. And we said, what? They said, World Trade Center fell down. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. All right. Okay, understand? All right. Now, last one, then you guys can go. I still have 30 seconds, okay, Stanley? When the wife come in the kitchen and the man start to yell, husband start to yell. I imagine, okay, there's a youtiao on the table. What happens when you feel stress at home? Sometimes you eat too much. That's why we get fat, we too much stress. Even Geshe Michael, when he go home at night, last night, I ate 3 bowls of cereal before go to bed because I'm tired. Then the wife also think, oh, husband is not nice to me. I have to eat something to feel happy, The youtiao will make me happy. Okay, listen, Nagarjuna doesn't like it. The youtiao will make me happy. He's like, which part of the youtiao? Oh, will it first touch my tongue? Oh, does it touch the tongue? Yeah, it touches the tongue. The youtiao touches the tongue. No, it doesn't. The front of the youtiao touches the tongue of the tongue. Where does the front of the youtiao touch the front of the tongue? Not possible. And that's the rest of chapter 6. Okay? The sugar, crystal, never touch the tongue. Okay? If they touch, they have to go into each other like this. You see? They cannot touch like this. Okay? If they touch, then a little bit of the sugar has to become a little bit of the tongue. You see? Understand? Then the sugar have to become the tongue. It's not possible. Okay? Oh, well, what if the sugar doesn't become the tongue? Well, then they cannot affect each other. Okay? Cannot. Understand? If the sugar can give taste to the tongue without mixing, then the poo-poo also will give taste to the tongue. Because they also don't mix. Understand? This special poo-poo treasure house, the white one, everything inside will give you good taste. Why? Geshe, why you say that? Because the sugar gives you good taste. Well, no, the sugar's in my mouth. No, the sugar's not in your mouth. It cannot touch. No, it touch. If it touch, it cover each other. If it touch, they mix. If it touch, they mix. Understand? for sugar to give you good taste to the wife in the kitchen because she's nervous, right? The husband yell at her, right? If the sugar give the taste, there has to be a little mix. There has to be a little mix. If there's no mix, then the poo-poo in the bathroom also give the good taste at the same time. Because they also don't mix. The poo-poo also don't mix with the tongue, and the sugar also don't mix with the tongue. So everything that don't mix with the tongue should give the taste. Got it? Or if they do mix, then the tongue is sugar. It's not possible. It's the same as the professor in the cartoon. He's like, I don't know what's going on. It's not possible that the wife can feel better by eating the youtiao. It's not possible. Not possible. It's impossible, okay? Last question, then you have to go. Tim has to make an announcement, maybe. Why does the wife feel more, comfort after the husband angry and go away if she eat the youtiao? Why did Geshe Michael eat 3 bowls of sweet cereal last night? Why? Why she wants to eat? She wants to feel relaxed. She wants comfort. Husband is angry. I need some youtiao, I need something sweet. It's too much stress. So she eat, right? Does the youtiao give the sweet taste? No. Does the youtiao give the comfort? What gives the comfort? 13-step tonglen. 13-step tonglen. Okay? Then that karma come to you through the youtiao. Got it? Later you don't need the youtiao. You can be skinny and you can feel good about your husband. Okay, that's how we use those 4 chapters, okay? That's how, use the 4 chapters, okay? It's not theory. Use them where? Use them in the tonglen. Use them in the 13 steps, okay? Nagarjuna and the tonglen got married this morning. Understand? Okay, Tim.